All right, welcome to another Woods Report.
Okay.
All right, you know what everybody's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the hot topic?
I saw it on the Breakfast Club, okay? And I've seen it on my news feed on Facebook. Everybody talking about it today.
Okay.
Apparently, there's this video that went viral, all right? And it's this mom. I don't know if she's a single mom or she's a mom. And she has 4 kids. Okay. And one of the kids has a different. It's by a different father.
Different father.
Okay? So the video starts off with her looking out the window, knowing he's getting ready to pull up. And she's talking to the camera, so she's talking to us that's listening.
Okay.
And she's saying, "I know this Negro is not gonna pull up here with McDonald's for one of these kids and don't have it for the other 3 kids."
Oh, okay.
Now apparently he's the father of one of her children, and the other 3 have different baby daddies.
Oh, okay.
So she said he better not come up here and bring McDonald's for one and not for all 3 of these kids. So then the guy pulls up in his car, all right? He gets out with a small bag. So she like, I know he did not. She mad now. So she yelling. She comes to the door, she yelling at him. And there's a purpose why I'm saying all this, because with comments that people were saying, how he responded. So she opened the door, she yelling at him. And said, I know you did not show up here with one bag for one child when I got 3 other kids that need to eat. He said, I only got one child with you. The fathers come feed their kids. And she said, that is not right. That is not right. You don't do that. Don't bring no food up in here. She didn't let him bring it in. She said, no, don't bring that food up in here. She didn't want to accept it. She said, don't bring that food up in here, and you don't bring nothing for the rest of the kids. And he said, they not my kids. So he said, you buy them some food. And she said, well, you know, I don't get my food stamps to the 7th of the month. So you know I ain't had no money. So you not right.
So he should have came on the 7th of the month.
Well, whatever. So the Breakfast Club started talking about it, and people started calling in and debating. And they was going both sides with it. Some of the people was calling in and saying that he's not obligated to support. There's not his kids. And so what he's supposed to, a Happy Meal costs about $7.50.
I know it ain't the happy price.
So he got to spend $50 because she got 7 to 8 other kids.
So all the kids be happy.
And then some people said, well, he could have just came and took the child to McDonald's. Okay. And not bring food, you know.
The kids won't see.
But then somebody kicked back and said, well, if he would have done that, if the child bring home the Happy Meal toy, then every kid gonna be like, why you got a Happy Meal toy?
I got this from my daddy.
Then some people said, well, it may not be legally him having to do it, but morally, you would never buy for one kid and not the other kid. So we was thinking to ourselves, this would be a good show.
This is a good topic.
This would be a good topic.
You can go a different number. You can go a few ways here.
And me and Lenora was just talking about how different people was coming up with different things. So while we in the car, we just driving. Y'all know how we pop on and off when we in the car sometimes. We happen to have, which is perfect for this topic, our first guest on the Woods Report. And she is our cousin, but she happens to be a doctor in education. And she deals with single moms in this very issue. So she's an expert in this issue. She talks to these women all the time. She talks to single men, single fathers. So we thought, who better to bring in and let us know what the educational response to this. What would she say if she was counseling somebody and they came in and said this? She has books and all kind of stuff. I'm gonna let her talk about it, but I'm gonna put it in the description too. She has books for single moms that are going through these different issues, dating and all that stuff. All these things that you got to deal with being a single mom. And we was talking about this with her, and she said, I can give a perspective that your audience, you know, may not be expecting to come from us, because we 2 knuckleheads. We just gonna say what people, we just gonna give our opinion. We don't have no education like this.
You know, like, hey, dude.
So I'm introducing y'all to Dr. Michelle Vaughn. Hello, Dr. MDMV. How you doing? And she pretty too. She cute too, ain't she? I know, y'all. I know. Single man, step down, step down, step down.
You know what?
All right, so Dr. Michelle, you heard I gave you the setup for this, the background. What do you think? What's your professional opinion on going on with this?
Got it.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay. All right.
The first thing I want to say is you mentioned that you didn't know if she was an actual single mother. You didn't know her background. But I'm going to speak on behalf just in case she is a single mother.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
The reality is that they're minors. Their emotions are not mature. They cannot fend for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot advocate for themselves.
Right.
And so the mother and father who come together and have a baby, they are emotionally responsible for the weight of how their kids are going to perceive things, how they're going to feel. And so with this particular case and situation, I don't know what the tone that was set in the beginning of the relationship. We don't know if when they first got together, he communicated that I didn't care if you have 3 other kids by 3 different men.
Okay.
I love you for who you. We don't know what that setting was like.
Okay.
Is this something that's all the time, or is this something they both used to?
What do you mean?
Like, is this a relationship? Like, does he do this all the time? Is this something?
So we don't know that.
Right.
Okay.
So because we don't know that, we're going to assume, the worst.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So in this, I can see both sides.
Okay.
Now, when you communicated that he said your other 3 kids are not my kids, that's facts.
Yes.
Right.
They're not his kids.
Okay.
But we don't know if when he saw her, if he communicated that he would take care of them like they were his kids.
Oh.
So if he said that, then that would be why she communicated. I know he's not coming with one bag.
Her expectation.
We don't know what the set expectation was.
Good point.
Before he got into those draws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that he got into those jaws, and now those jaws can see a child. So now here's the relationship. It's going haywire.
Yes.
So now, okay. So say he. I'm gonna go back. Say he communicated to her in the beginning. I know you got 3 kids by 3 different men. I don't care. I want to take care of them like they're mine.
Okay.
And she has every right to feel how she feels.
There you go.
Because he set the tone.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Now he's reneging, so that's why she feels that way. Now say he didn't say that.
Okay.
Say he met her 3 kids. He didn't judge her. It was what it was. We don't know how their relationship, if it was toxic or whatever it was.
Right.
And he didn't. Well, he's really only responsible for his child. But if you have wisdom, here's where adulting has to kick into play.
Okay.
If you have wisdom and you are not parenting from a spirit of toxicity, and you don't want to spite her, and you want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to. I agree with the comment that said you can, if she would allow him to pick up the kid. We don't know if she even allows him to pick up the kid.
Okay.
To take him away.
We don't know the dynamics.
So say if he was allowed to pick up the kid, he should call her. Hey, I want to pick up my child. I want to take my child to McDonald's. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
And if she was a healthy mom, emotionally, and you know what I mean,
Yep.
then she would agree, because that is just his child.
That's that time to spend with him.
We have 3 other adult men that are not into play right now. That need to come into play with some Happy Meal money. They got three human beings that came from this one woman that she is not calling for. Why are we allowing 3 other men off the hook and leaving the weight of the responsibility on one man?
There we go.
No, that's not fair.
Right.
So this is where the mothering, the fathering, you have to think before you open your legs.
Ooh.
What am I opening myself up to?
Yes.
Beyond the orgasm, there's weight of responsibility that I project is going to weigh heavy on my life.
That's right. That's
right. So kids are left crying. Kids are left feeling emotionally broken and damaged, and they don't know how to articulate their feelings. And so now what we see is they're growing up chronologically, but they're angry. And so we see the outbursts of their wrath through behaviors. And so that's why we see. I'm shifting. That's why we see.
Go ahead, shift, girl.
We see the growth of prison private systems. They're preparing prison dorms versus college dorms because our kids' literacy levels is not where it needs to be. Because single mother parenting parenting is on the rise. And so 80% of, there's 11 million single parents in this country, and 80% are led by women. That means 20% are fathers or maybe the grandmothers or whatever it is.
Right.
But 80% are raising, kids, 18 million kids all over the country.
Exactly.
And so my point is this. The weight of the responsibility of our kids' emotions is on the parents.
Yes.
That mother has to take
There's an onus that's take ownership of that.
This is why you can't really. You only get weighed in on what they share. We don't know how he set the tone in that relationship.
Thank you.
If he met her and said, you know what, I got you. I got those 3 kids too. They might, you know what I mean?
Because that's my son's siblings.
He set her expectation
exactly.
up. So, because no one rises to low expectations. So, of course, when you dating somebody, you're not really dating the real person. You got to get a chance to know them.
Right. People put mask on in the beginning.
They do, but unfortunately, we don't give people an opportunity to take the mask off before they're in the bed.
Right.
And now we're stuck with an actor and not the real person. And so now here she is, her feelings hurt over a Happy Meal. What's going to happen when that kid continue to grow older and more things? My point is, you got 3 other adult men. Where are they?
Yes.
Right. So my question.
Yes.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
All right. With all that you said, I totally agree with you. Do you feel, as far as her saying, you're not gonna I'm not gonna let you bring this food in or give this food to one and not to the others? Do you feel like, with us again not knowing the whole thing, do you feel like on the from the viewpoint of the kids, that might have been the best thing to do or the worst thing that she should have done?
What do you mean as far as her saying that?
Like, should she have allowed him to bring that food in and give it to the kids?
Okay, to the one
son.
Again, we're answering blindly because we don't know the expectations.
Well, let's just say, for sake of argument, regardless of the expectations, because you even made a point on how kids react. Yeah. How kids respond.
I want to respond. So basically, you got 4 kids, and you got the one out of the 4. You got one kid who that is their father.
Yes.
So their emotions are going to be a little bit more intense than the other 3. I'm just projecting. Okay. So you got to think about 4 emotions and 1 primary emotion, and that one primary emotion is that child that really wants that Happy Meal from their father, right? And so you're taking away that luxury of that kid having an opportunity to receive from their father.
Because you didn't do what you were supposed to do as the mother.
And that's sad, because that kid has every right to receive a Happy Meal from their father.
Right,
it's
I
wrong
get it.
To reject that kid from receiving it. And now that kid, you opening the door for that kid to be resentful with the other 3.
So
that kid, you setting a tone with that child who father happens to be interested in co-parenting with you, interested in sharing financial resources with you,
to take care of his seed,
interested in making sure that extra things are done for their kid. You're taking away that lifestyle for that child, and that's not fair.
And they're gonna resent the other 3 possibly.
So now you have a toxic behavior. You have a toxic home environment.
Yeah.
So now you got rival siblings that are rival. My daddy bought me this. My daddy did this.
So if she allows him to do that, what should her conversation be to the other kids?
Make sure she have a conversation to the kids.
So this
the other 3.
Let me just say this.
Okay.
When I was raising my 2 sons, and my 2 sons, their dad was in prison for 18 years.
Okay.
Right? So I knew that I didn't have no other men to fall back on in terms of like helping them develop to be the kind of men that I projected them to be. So when I was in my graduate studies, it was in counseling, I would literally have my sons come in the living room, and we would have conversations, some tough conversations, and teaching them as men, young men, how to listen to each other, not to talk over each other. Don't put one down, because one of my sons, he stuttered when he was developing in his language. He was stuttering. And my other son was a quick talker and would just kind of make him feel bad. But I was trying to implement what I was learning, because we don't have that type of healthy, parenting going on as single parents. When you're in survival mode.
Right.
When you're in survival mode, you're not thinking about how, So I think for her, it is so important that she, the mother, who takes responsibility for the new changes that are going on in her house. Under her roof. That she pulled her 4 kids together.
Yes.
And she allows them an opportunity to cry. She allows them an opportunity to release, to ask questions without her getting offended. Because they wasn't there to interview the potential fathers that she decided to lay with.
That's
right.
Because she didn't.
Not their fault.
She didn't give their voice a platform. She got to give them an opportunity to release.
Right.
And then she got to be woman enough to take it.
So what would you give? Let's say I'll give you a scenario. Let's say this is a single mom, right? And she messed up. She didn't do what you said. She didn't set the parameters in the beginning. All right. And had that discussion with the baby daddy and all this other stuff. Okay. And she did what this lady did. Said, you're not gonna come in here and bring this food or whatever. Now let's say she looks at this and she says, oh, maybe I should have handle it different or whatever. What do you suggest she does going forward? And should she do this with just him, or if she has if she's in communication with the other fathers, should she pit them against each other? Like, well, Bobby's dad brings him over Happy Meals. Why can't you bring your children Happy? Or should she do something totally different? How should she handle this going forward?
Moving forward with another man?
Just should she talk to the other dads if she's in communication? Should she just not even bring them in and just deal with this dad going forward?
And the kids
should it just be a conversation with the kids? How should she? What should she do?
We don't know. We're guessing.
What should she do going forward? Oh, we got a phone call in, y'all. We got a phone call in.
Because one of the things Michelle did
I'm gonna pause it.
Oh, you are?
All right, we back again.
One of the things Michelle did say, Dr. Michelle said, was that we're assuming that, the situations are what they are and what they're not. But you're saying from assuming that she didn't have no conversation with that daddy, that baby's daddy, and this happened.
This happened. Her video has just gone viral. What should this lady do next?
All right. So, and this is a shameless plug, but if you go to my website, Dr. Michelle.
Hey, plug on. Go ahead.
I have a book that I always use with my coaching sessions for single moms. It's called 8 Parenting Tips for Single Mother Parenting. And one of the tips is dealing with broken relationships. And I call it crack parenting, meaning that the mother, her spirit has been broken. She's emotionally broken, so it's like you can't see through the glass clearly because it's like cracked lenses.
Ooh,
and so when you're broken and you connect yourself with another man that's broken, eventually you're gonna bleed on each other. You're gonna cut each other. So it seems like this mother has been dealing with relationship after relationship in broken pieces, and so now she's having to deal with picking up the pieces of the mess. So moving forward, it's important that first of all, the single mother acknowledges where her wrong is and her brokenness. She has to take subjective ownership. Before she points the finger, she got to look within first, and that's going to be a painful process, but it's necessary for the health of the family.
Right.
And after she deals with her brokenness, and one of the ways you could do it is journaling.
Go ahead.
I always communicate how powerful writing it down. Sometimes you don't want to speak, you don't know how. The journaling is very powerful.
She
write it
out.
Yes, it's important that she dig this stuff up. It's also important that this mother rehas who raised her. Because she gotta go all the way back, because if she does not, she's going to. It's like putting a Band-Aid over a scab. She gotta go back to her childhood, and she has to uproot toxic parenting or toxic communication.
Because she may have had
she passed on like a baton.
Because she may have had a situation with her dad not showing up or not caring for her. Maybe siblings got more of the attention than her. Who's to say? A lot of that hurt.
So this is her homework is to do that, and that's subjective in terms of time frame of healing. But that's the first thing. The next thing she has to do is she has to restructure her home setting and how she's going to co-parent with 4 adults.
That's important.
She has 4 men who she has to co-parent with that's going to require her constructive attention. So she has to, first of all, I would suggest get the courts involved, meaning that she should be filing for child support. I don't care what anyone says. She's the one that made this decision. It's hard raising kids. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
So
why she not getting child support?
We don't know her. We don't know her story.
That's true.
Some situations are abusive. Some
we don't know. You're right.
Some are whatever
one
it
can
is.
be deceased.
They could be in jail, or you can still get child support.
Some men,
a lot of situations.
who have kids with you don't know how to co-parent without laying on top of you. So they feel like if they're not going to have sex with you, then I'm not going to be a part of this parenting unit. So she needs to get the courts involved. She needs to get some actual child support and visitations on paper. She has to. Because that's going to keep her accountable and them accountable, and it's going to set a new conversation for the that she has with her kids.
Exactly.
So when it comes to in the future, my dad for Christmas, my dad want to buy me this or that. She can reference what did the court say about this? What did that way she won't just be flying off the cuff.
Right. What do you do? Like I was telling Lenore, the rapper, the baby. Right?
Yep.
When he met his girlfriend, she had a toddler, a little baby.
Another kid.
And then she got pregnant with him, right? So he kind of made it where whatever he get for his, he gonna get for
both.
He gonna get
but
for her.
He's in a relationship with her too.
Well, they were.
Oh, they're not anymore.
So, well, I don't know what they are. So the thing is, my question is, what do you do? And I don't know how many people are actually in this situation, but what do you do if it's like a major difference? Like you got pregnant by a ball player or something, and he want to buy his kids Balenciagos and the most expensive stuff in the world, and then your other children, you may have another child that has just a regular dude. So how do you deal with that? It's like he can't buy him Balenciagos and stuff. So how do you deal with that as a mom?
Well, first of all, the baby, he marketed what he promotes. He's the baby.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna give you a baby. And
Right.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
But when it comes to your high-paying father and your maybe blue-collar father, at the end of the day, the ownership falls back on the mom. I'm sorry. Because she went into it with her eyes wide open. She has to take ownership why she began to pursue that ball player versus the blue-collar man that she just had
the first child with.
So, and you always have to go in it with, what if it doesn't work out?
Right.
Can not only you live with it, can the seed that you give birth to, can you take ownership that they're gonna have to bear some of this
responsibility?
I personally don't think. This is me. I personally do not think that a mother should withhold
2 miles. Take a
her
slight
child
turn
from
to
receiving
merge
those
onto
Balenciagas.
Oh, okay.
Nike, because that's what he want to buy his kid. That's his child too. It's not just her child.
Right.
Let him buy him some Balenciagas and mother, you're gonna have to explain why that is.
I think what I'm pulling from what you're saying is you're trying to say that it's allow the father to be a father to his child and not have to change up stuff because she has other children with other people. But on the same token, you don't want her to make a distinction because the child may grow up being not liking the other siblings because they wasn't able to get all the stuff they could have gotten because the other kids' fathers weren't in their lives. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Kind of.
I mean, but she also
resentful. You don't want them to resent each other.
She has to take ownership and bring the kids together.
She got to be.
And talk. And
she got to be the bridge.
She has to be willing to let her kids express just authentically and transparently how they feel. Because if she has sons, we don't let our sons cry. We don't let our sons communicate. That's why they're angry.
And we should let them.
And we should let them. So the mother is she's gonna have to go through this season where she's gonna have to just lay it all out. And then restructure how she handles the co-parenting with 4 different people.
You said it because you did say it earlier that that conversation needs to be with the guy if he's coming in her life, and what expectations, like getting an understanding of where he is as far as he may be okay with taking care of all 4 of them or all 3 of them, whatever.
Right. We don't know that.
But let's have that conversation as well with him first, because that lets her know if he's solely on his kid, then she has to, like you said, reposition herself and how she's going to communicate with the kids and moving forward.
Now let me give another, because go ahead.
And you got to be careful careful too. She would have to be. I would suggest being careful, even like if they broke up. Say he did in the beginning when they got together. He said, "I want to take care of all 3 of your kids." Okay. This is before they had their kid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then boom, they had their kid. Now things change.
Yeah.
The dynamic, now their relationship is no longer together. But what he said in the beginning was, "I want to take care of your
Exactly.
kid." Now, what the thing is, now that you're broken up, she has to still. It's commendable. We gotta say this. It's commendable if he still follows through.
Right.
Come through with four. We would have loved to see him come with 4 Happy Meals.
But he don't have to.
Yeah. You know, we can give him an award.
Yeah.
But she has to understand this man can move on and marry somebody else.
Yes, he can.
And that new woman can say something totally different.
I don't want you taking care of 5 other kids
that are not yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't know what that man said to get those draws off, but
that's right.
Yeah.
So the onus is still on the mother. Yeah, you're right.
The little kid is looking out the window like, I wanted that French fry.
Yeah.
It's not a happy meal.
Yeah, it's not a happy meal no more. Okay, so you just brought up something though. Do you think, even though again we say not, let's go more on the moral thing. Like you said, it could be commended if he would have done it. Yeah. Let's go on the part of the kids. Okay.
Oh.
You just said my meal not so happy. Could that affect the child? Maybe the child may not be able to be happy about certain things if he the only one receiving it or she the only one receiving it and her siblings aren't.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about do you force, well, you shouldn't really force.
What do you mean?
As a mom, if you're able to, should you almost force your kids to share?
This is my thing. I'm gonna answer no.
Okay.
No, I don't think you should. I think I would suggest, if she was talking to me, I would really advise her and coach her on the ideal of communicating, if possible, with that father and the other 3 fathers of the boundaries of what they're allowed to do when it comes to bringing things to the home or not. I think maybe she should set a soft rule.
Yeah.
And a soft rule would be, you know what, when you have them, you can do whatever you want. You can take them to Disney World.
Right.
But when I have them, for the sake of peace in my home and to make sure my kids love each other, they're not feeling like they're left behind or left out, I'm going to really need your cooperation in not bringing things to the house. Because the next thing could be a bike. The next thing could be whatever.
Yeah.
Can we agree to just leave that for birthdays or leave that for,
But you know,
now what if he don't agree?
No. Let me ask my ask my question though.
Okay.
And that's a good point, Michelle, because a lot of times you have to also sit down and talk to the father and say, we know you're the baby's daddy, but understand spending time with him is more important than you buying all these little objects and foods. So almost like encourage him, take him out and go somewhere and talk with him and spend time with him, because a lot of times fathers just think easily. Buy him food, buy him a ball game, buy him a little this and that, a Playboy, and that's not good either.
Right.
And so I want to address that.
Okay.
We don't know if this mother even allows the father to pick up this child.
Yeah, we don't know,
because we don't know if she's co-parenting from still a broken place.
Yeah,
meaning she still want him. And because some women, to be honest with you, some women, when they're not over the man fully, they will use a child, and which is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
And then you have women who are healed, who are working on their healing, and they cooperate with the co-parenting. You have fathers who want to take their kids and be a father.
Right.
Let him be a father. I agree with you, Lenore. Let him be a father as long as it's within the guidelines that y'all agree upon for your co-parenting.
Yeah.
But this mom got a lot of work to do, because she got 4 men with 4 different minds, 4 different wheels and emotions she got to deal with for the rest of her life concerning those 4 souls she birthed in the world.
Yeah.
And then also too, it seems like you're saying, let's just say for the sake of argument, the way that you're saying, the way she approached him coming out the house yelling and screaming might not have been the best approach. She set that tone where he's gonna be defensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like, give my kid his food. Whereas if she probably would have came out and said, Joe or whatever his name is, could you have gotten maybe something for everybody? Because I don't really like them. Maybe we didn't discuss this ahead of time, but I don't want you bringing like something in from one kid because the other one's gonna not feel good.
And it sounds like from what you were communicating, because I didn't see the video. I'm just going
right.
what you said. Mm-hmm. They didn't have a conversation before he pulled up in McDonald's drive-thru and said, I'm at McDonald's. I want to because it sounded like she was caught off guard. And that's why if you're caught off guard and you look out the window and say, what is he doing here? Oh, one bag. See, that's what I'm saying. So we don't know if she didn't have that conversation with him before he pulled up in McDonald's. That's why she acted
when
like
it's come in. I agree. Wow. So so that was interesting.
That was good because we never think about that perspective. But I thank you for saying the onus definitely should be on the mom where the kids live with. You know, they live with her. She sets the tone. She gets the information. She should be following up with all dads, but we don't know those situations either. Yeah. But you're right because a lot of times there are men who do come through and say, I'll take care of them all because they know that's my son's siblings. Yeah. That's my son's brother. That's my son's sister. Right. And what I do for him affects them too. Yeah. And some fathers think that and go, I'm going to take care of all of them.
And like I said, that's commendable.
Yes, that's beautiful.
He didn't have to do it, but it's good he did.
Even with that being said, even the man, in that moment, he's saying these things from his heart. Yeah. But he's not even vision casting and projecting, maybe we won't work out. Yeah. And I'm going to move on to a new relationship. And this new relationship will require me to change up what I originally agreed upon. Yeah. So, you see, the mother, even though they broke up, she should have, when they broke up, communicate with all 4 kids. Yeah. This is what's going on. This, we don't know that. We just going off of her. You said she was yelling, so I'm thinking he didn't call her before he pulled up to McDonald's.
She was upset.
Well, y'all, that's the latest video that's gone viral, and we felt like the best way to approach this situation. Again, it could be just us giving our opinion and saying what people was calling in, but we felt like we already in the car going somewhere.
We needed to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, we already in the car going somewhere with our cousin who happens to be a doctor in education, and she mentors and counsels single moms. Yes. So who would better than to give her opinion or how she would talk to you if you came in as a single mom?
For her book.
And we have her book. What's your book again?
Just go to my website.
Go to her website, drmichellevaughn.com. I'll put it in the description. And anything else that you guys want to know. Yeah. But I think that it was informative. Yeah. Normally, it's like I said, it's just us two.
If you're in no situation,
if you're in that situation, and it's other things that you can learn too.
Reconsider, maybe take a step back and reconsider what Dr. Michelle Vaughn shared.
Comment down below what you guys think. Do you guys think that what we talked about? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Are you a single dad and you like, I don't agree with what she said, or yes, I agree with what she said, or why? Why do you agree or disagree? And then just let us know, as a single mom or a single dad, what situations that you have to go in as well, or that you're going through. Because we may do other shows in the future about just these type of topics. And we'll bring in Dr. Vaughn again. So did you have anything else?
No.
All right. Anything else, Dr. Vaughn?
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that was another Woods Report. See you later.